Hello everyone, I'm thrilled to welcome you to the Wellbeing and Personal Development Department. My name is Louise Rooney and I'm the head of this unique and special part of Solihull school life. You might be wondering what WPD is all about, so I thought a little history of the department might help you understand the context of what we do here. All of us here at the school believe wholeheartedly that well-being and mental health are as important as academic performance, and the two are interwoven. 2 years ago, in light of alarming figures about children and young people's mental health, and 2 years in advance of government directives to the education sector to improve provisioning around mental well-being, the headmaster devised a plan to ensure that every pupil in the school has regular, specific lessons designed to talk about all things well-being and personal growth. And so the WPD department was born. Until this point, PSHE and associated subjects were still excellently provisioned through standalone sessions, assemblies and tutor time. Some of the children attending today's open morning may have PSHE already in their schools in a variety of different ways. At Solihull School, WPD is a much bigger and exciting subject. It's an amalgamation of all things PSHE, relationships and sex education, including online safety and digital and media literacy, citizenship, resiliency, training including mental health awareness. What this looks like for years 7 to 11 is a timetable period per week exploring themes associated with all of these important parts of education. This is in addition to the excellent pastoral provision and tutor relationship that all pupils will benefit from. We've created a journey of self-awareness and personal growth and learning for later life. If you were here, I'd be able to show you in more detail the origins of this curriculum. But up here, you can see the original concept of the journey. Now, its roots are in Jungian concept of individuation, becoming an individual and finding out who we are and who we want to be. Another key foundation of the WPD curriculum is the idea of a community of practice. Everyone, including the teacher in the room, are exploring the particular theme and the whole group is learning. Now, the WPD team is comprised of committed teachers who take a holistic view on education. We're a team of 10, and for the next academic year, when hopefully lots of you will be joining us, this includes our very own headmaster, Mr. Lloyd, and our head of senior school, Mr. Morgan. The subjects in more detail that we cover are presented in a long-term plan every year with a full scheme of works. And whilst we adapt resources from our many partners, in essence, the WPD lessons are Solihull specific. These two figures that you see here are called You and Me. They're gender-neutral characters using school colours, not pink and blue, that are specific to WPD. They feature in all of our work in our WPD main classroom, and where you see them, you know it relates to WPD. Each year has a theme. All years start off with a series of lessons focusing on human rights, equality, diversity, prejudice, discrimination, and building a safe learning environment, which is agreed and signed by both pupils and the WPD teacher. This is our learning commitment, and it means that we teachers commit to being prepared, enthusiastic, open-minded and respectful in our lessons too. Year 7, the focus is on transition, and that's where we spend a huge part of the year looking at mindfulness skills and training, and also resiliency training for the University of Pennsylvania, preparing them for moving up into Year 8. And when they get to Year 8, the theme is Who Am I? Exploring values, friendships, relationship, consent in all things, individuality, and getting an understanding of our strengths, including online safety. Year 9 is focused on ourselves growing up, again looking at relationships, but focusing on teen mental health and well-being, vulnerabilities, gender roles, and bigger social issues such as addiction, drugs and alcohol. Year 10 is about justice, exploring complex relationships, gangs, additional work on some of the bigger social issues, mental health, but importantly, preparing for change and stress management. And Year 11 is all about social responsibility, as well as preparing for important exams where we look at the harder hitting subjects and include a targeted mental health wellbeing programme for exam stress. In the sixth form, WPD doesn't have a timetabled lesson, but we have a presence through the Aspire and Enrichment programmes. Peer mentoring comes from this department, as well as unique initiatives such as the Solihull Guardian Shield, our Wellbeing Buddies, and a Relationships and Sex Education co-facilitation. It's a non-academic subject. The workload is focused on reflection, on the impact of the learning. Every pupil has their own personal learning journal, which they carry with them from Year 7 upwards, culminating in a potted history of their own growth and learning over the years. And in addition, this is one subject in which pupils get to write their own end-of-year report. And parents, you're not left out either, as WPD provides training on resiliency, mindfulness, and features in our parent seminar session. My belief is that if we're all using the same wellbeing language in school and at home, this makes for a strong and well community across the board. Now, I could talk for hours about this department. I'm deeply passionate about the work that we do here, and I'm so proud that WPD has added such a huge amount to the wellbeing and personal development across the whole school, which, as many of you will see, was assessed as excellent in our recent inspection. But you might like to hear what some of our pupils have said this year. I can get very nervous about school, but in WPD, it's a different kind of learning. It's all about me, and I feel safe talking about things that I don't get to talk about normally. I really enjoy WPD. I love discussing thoughts and ideas with the rest of the class. I've learnt that I can express myself and I don't need to follow the pack. And in fact, I feel much more confident generally, and I feel happier because of WPD. I miss sitting in the wellbeing classroom on a Monday, having discussions where we can all talk about whatever we feel because of how safe the space is. It makes me feel I can really open up to my classmates and that we can all try and relate to the same issue. I think the topics we've studied this year have had a huge relevance on my life. I started standing up to people who treated others wrongly and started distancing myself from unhelpful relationships. They have become an integral and useful part of my life. There's so much more that I could say today, but there isn't time, however. But I hope this has given you a snapshot of what you can enjoy. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to email me, and I'll be glad to tell you more. I hope you enjoy the rest of the open morning, and I look forward to hearing from you and meeting you all very soon. Thank you so much for listening, and with wishes for everybody's safety and good health. Bye for now.